Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos, and Bruchim Habaim to Temple Beth David in Snellville, Georgia. It is Friday night, June 12th, 2020, the 21st of Sivan, 5780. For those of you following our pregnancy progress, my wife now is 33 weeks pregnant with our twin girls. We are coming to you live from our Sunrise Sanctuary, and we are so happy that you have joined us. My name is Rabbi Jesse Charon, and I am the spiritual leader of this vibrant and Hamish community. We are a URJ-affiliated congregation, and for our Siddur, our prayer book, we have the Mishkan Tefillah, and there should be a hyperlink embedded, accessible, and available to you. We are honored to have our talented Kabbalat Shabbat musicians, our president and Chazan, Barry Nicholsberg, and on guitar, we have Frank Monteleone. Normally, we are also blessed and gifted with another musician, Bobby Horowitz. We wish you only blessings for you and Jackie, a refuah shlema. Also, we are joined, again, you can't see, but sometimes the people you can't see are the most important. A special thank you to our Vice President, Judy Kern, because Judy makes all of this happen. Judy manages the live chats and allows for your participation in our services. We're so excited that you have joined us to elevate all of us, to elevate our souls, to connect with God, to connect with each other. Yes, we are still practicing social distancing, if you will, but physical distancing, because we're here together tonight to daven, to pray, to come together. And I invite everyone, how do we invite the Sabbath? With lighting of the Shabbat candles. So on page 120 in our Mishkan Tefillah, we invite our vice president up to the bima to light the Shabbat candles.
While she's working her way up, I also want to shout out to Laura Friedman, who has been here singing as well. And so tonight I've got a solo for the first time in a very long time. And let's hope it doesn't continue, Bobby, Laura.
We need you. Come back.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. The power of lighting a candle. What does light represent? Where there is light, there is hope. And where there's hope, there is life. And we're blessed now to listen to our Chazan sing a song about the power of light.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you. And let us say Amen.
Amen. When we think about Shabbat, what is Shabbat? The Yom Shel Menucha, the day of rest, but also the day of Kedusha, the day of elevation, of sanctification, of holiness. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover from anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free from the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help to me withdraw for a while from the flight of time. Contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat abide. Now we bring in the Sabbath. Kabbalat Shabbat, we receive the Sabbath. That's what it means. And how do we receive the Shabbat? With Lecha Dodi.
La 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 Lecha Dodi. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 B'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat
With Lecha Dodi, now we have ushered in the Sabbath bride. The Sabbath bride now dwells with us. And yet we are not alone. We are never alone. Because now we transition. The bride, the Sabbath queen, is with us. But now also we invite the angels. Shalom Aleichem. Boachem l'shalom. Barchuni l'shalom. Tzeitchem l'shalom. No matter where you are in this world, no matter where you are never alone. You're here with us, here in our sunrise sanctuary, here in Temple Beth David. Wherever you find yourself, always remember the angels are with you. Shalom Aleichem.
Before I start singing this, I would just like to ask those of you who are viewing this evening two favors. One, let us know how the sound is. We've made lots of adjustments. We hope it's better. And also, since I am singing solo here, if you folks out there would please sing along, it would help a great deal. I will hear you in my mind, and it will make a world of difference. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashari, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barechuni l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeichem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And now we transition from our Kabbalat Shabbat, because now the Sabbath is here. Now we move into our evening service. Our evening service begins with Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yalmad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechol yamecho ufchayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'akala, ubizman kariv, v'imaro amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mivorach, li'alam u'al mehol maya, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithada, v'yithaleh, v'yithalal, Shamei d'Kodesha Baruch Hu. Le'elamim kol birchata v'shirata, tosh bechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma, v'imaro, amen.
We rise now in spirit. Think about that. Elevate your spirit. How do you do that? How do you connect with something greater than yourself? We think about that with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. We've been teaching Hebrew the month of June at Temple Beth David is Hebrew month. And we think about the Bet, Baruch Hu, the power of the Hebrew language, to bring something in, to call it in just as God created us with voice, with breath. I invite everyone to rise in spirit for the Baruch Hu.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai Hamivorach. Adonai Hamivorach, Hamivorach leolam va'ed, Hamivorach, Hamivorach leolam va'ed.
Hamivorach leolam va'ed. We bless God's name, leolam va'ed, forever and ever. On page 149, let us read together the second paragraph in English. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand. We stand quietly. We stand together quietly. On the border of light, what lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or shall we cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. And we think about, what does this mean to cross over? What do we need in order to feel strengthened, in order to have resolve, to have hope, faith? And where does the faith come from? It comes from the Shema. Let us sing out with the Shema, and then with a hushed undertone, the Baruch Shem.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Shem Kippo Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kippo Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We're about to listen to our Chazan chant, V'ahavta. When you think about V'ahavta, and you shall love the Lord your God. But it's important also how it's vocalized, the ta'amim, how it's chanted, where the stress is placed. And so it's such a beautiful piece from the Hebrew Bible. Let us listen to what God requires of us. V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol miodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibata bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha u'v'leftecha v'derech u'b'shoftecha u'b'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot ben einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha Leman tiskeru ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
In the Mishkan Tefillah, we're going to read together on page 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not let them leave at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Now let us celebrate just as we did thousands of years ago, just as we were redeemed from Egypt and we marched together and we got to the other side. Mi chamocha.
Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar bar kodesh. Noratehi lo osefele, Noratehi lo osefele. Malechotecha hara uvanecha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze Elianu v'yamro, ze Elianu v'yamro, Adonai Olam ba'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar bar kodesh. Noratehi lo osefele, Noratehi lo osefele.
Salvation is the Jews' victory over human limitations, ignorance, or insensitivity. It is the conquest of sinfulness, of the evils resident within the self, which are pride, selfishness, hate, lust, cynicism, the deliberate rejection of goodness and truth, by Rabbi Milton Steinberg. So we think about these things to have peace always in our heart. As we rise up, as we go to sleep, Hashkivenu. As we go to sleep, let us make sure we always close our eyes, have a smile on our face, and think about God's everlasting love.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamitenu malkeinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlamecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlamecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
We as Jewish people have such a strong relationship to Shabbat, to Shabbos, the Holy Sabbath, Shabbat Kodesh, and we think about all these things. What does Shabbat mean to us? It's the center of our universe. And as this next song, we think about Vishamru. What does Shabbat mean? Lasot et Shabbat, to do the Sabbath. It's this eternal covenant, Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, between God, this inheritance that God has given us. That's what Shabbat is. Let us learn about Shabbat through Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני אובן, בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי שת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
And when we celebrate Shabbat, what is Shabbat for us? Shabbat is an oneg Shabbat. We delight in the Sabbath. And where do we get that? From Yismechu. Let's sing out Yismechu, to enjoy Shabbat, to celebrate the Sabbath, and delight in it.
I defy you to sing this with me and not smile while you do it. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת קורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת קורא עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת קורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת קורא עונג שבת. ובשביעי רצית בו וקידשת שבת. חמדת ימים Oto karata Shabbat B'malechutecha Shomrei Shabbat Nekore Onek Shabbat B'malechutecha Shomrei Shabbat Nekore Onek Shabbat Lemase Bereshit Shabbat Zecher Lemase Bereshit Shabbat B'malechutecha Shomrei Shabbat Nekore Onek Shabbat B'malechutecha Shomrei Shabbat Nekore Onek Shabbat.
Zecher L'Maaseh Bereshit. We're reminded, a memory of, we want to go back to the beginning. What is the beginning? We all have an origin story. Our Jewish origin story is right now with the tefillah, the Amidah, where we have a relationship where God still speaks to us. Be quiet and hear that small voice. And what does this mean to go back to the beginning? We go back. We talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. This is our prayer. The 18 benedictions, the 19th one, the Shmona Esrei, where God speaks to us. So I invite you to rise in spirit, to take a few breaths to in and out, and to relax your body, relax your mind, and to be prepared to hear God's voice. The tefillah.
Ananana Adonai Ananana Sabtai Tiftach Ananana Ofiagid Tahelatecha Ananana Adonai Ananana Sabtai Tach Ananana Ofiagid Tahelatecha Ananana Adonai Ananana Sabtai Tach Ananana Ofiagid Tahelatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Megula Livnei B'neihem Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Etzrat Sarah Atah Gipor Leolam Adonai Mechaye Hakal Atah Rav Leoshia Morid Hatal Mechakel Chayim Pechesed Mechaye Hakol Perachamim Rabim Somef Noflim Pirofei Cholim Umatir Asorim Kayem Unato Lishenei Athar Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umido melach, melech memit, umechaye, umatzmiya mitshua, v'ne'emana talechayot ha'akol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye ha'akol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukedoshim b'chol yom yahalaluhu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
And now we transition to silent meditation.
It's Chaim Chaziki Omecheha Mehusha Demacheha Dacheno V'chometivotteha Shalom Ashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashova Chadesh yameinu Ketem Chaim Machaziki V'tomecheha Mehusha Demacheha Dacheno V'chometivotteha Shalom Ashivenu Adonai Lecha v'nashoma Chadesh yameinu Ketem.
We read together in English on page 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lahodot. We give thanks and we ask ourselves, what we as Jewish people, what does it mean to be Jewish? To give thanks, to have gratitude, but also we're looking for something. We're always looking for something. We're looking for peace. We're looking for peace, and not only a small peace. Think about, there's this idea of Yom Shekulo Shabbos. So what does that mean? This great big Sabbath where we all come together, and I hope that's tonight. I hope everywhere around the world we're celebrating together Shabbat. And also peace, what does that look like? That we're all looking for peace. A great, abundant peace. Shalom Rav.
Now this has two parts. I'm expecting you folks out there to do the first part I'll do the second part. So if you're missing the first part, you know where to look. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki atahu melech adon U'chol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon U'chol hashalom. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Tov b'necha levarech et Amecha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Come on, you. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. One more time, you. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Sing it out. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We're looking for these prayers of peace, and we know that we are in difficult times. People are ill, people are sick, and now we have our Misha Berach, our service for healing. On page 371, I'm going to recite this prayers for healing, but please now, we're all here together, we're family. Use the function, the chat function. Let us know who is in need of a Misha Berach. I'll recite this first blessing on the top of the page, and then I'll let Judy know in the back, our tech savant here, to let us know, and we'll recite some names, and then we'll sing our Misha Berach together. Misha Berach Avotenu v'imotenu Avram, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, Hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. And now we need those names. So please let us know who are the ill.
Barbara Freed, Sarah Gambrell, Danielle Strumer, Irma Schiller, Ann Tepper, Morris and Felice Friedman, Katie Adler-Walmer, Irene Simons, Jackie Fletcher Horowitz, Linda Ehrensoft, Susan Wary, Martha Schulman, Nina Dubman, Joe Wagner, Jackie Fletcher Horowitz, Gary Yax, D. Yax, Kelly Hills, Robert Whitlock, Barbara Whitlock, Matthew Garcia, Barbara Freed, Jackie Fletcher Horowitz, Stacy Bernard Roth, Leo and Juanita Clausen, Polly Contos, Mike Bowen, Butch and Margaret Bowen, Jackie Fletcher Horowitz, Irma Schiller, Ann Tepper, Geraldine Wood, Phyllis Chambers, Amy Bombaderi.
For those of you paying attention, Jackie Fletcher Horowitz was named any number of times. She had a very successful hip replacement yesterday. She is home. She is recovering very well. And the reason Bobby is not here playing guitar tonight is he is where he belongs, by her side. I would like to add the names Shelley Perkle, Deanne Cooney, Brenda Gibson, Paula Terry, Peter Yarrow, Anya Polara, Louisa Piet, Natalie Kohlhaas, Ben DeSalvo, Joel Kellner, Laura Friedman, Sonia Freitas, Mickey D'Amato, George Kirchhoff, Jean Kirchhoff, and the more than 4 million people who have been afflicted with COVID-19.
Margaret and Maurice Goldstein, Hermina and Alex Levy, Jackie Horowitz, Linda Levitt, Irma Schiller.
Nick and Connie Spinelli, Jim Wade, Betty Fowler, Mary Staple, and Nancy Jennings.
Anyone you're thinking about in need of prayers for healing? HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimaleh Rachamim Alehem Lahachilamam L'Refuatam Lachazikam L'Yishlach Lehem Mehera Refua Shlema Min HaShamayim Refuat HaNefesh Refuat HaGuf Hashta Ba'agala Vizman Kariv V'No'omar Amen. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us all say Amen.
Amen.
And now let us continue with our Misha Berach prayer.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBrecha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBrecha Yavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
May everyone be blessed.
Stuart Freitas, Ray Roberts, Chris Cow, Arnie Doberan.
May everyone be blessed with a refuah shlema. This evening, my Devar Torah, I'm going to speak with you and share a few words of Torah about one of the oldest symbols in Judaism. When we think about, many times when we think about symbols in Judaism, we wear necklaces. Maybe you actually have a necklace. If not, I'm sure we can find a way to get you one. But usually the necklaces, maybe it's a Magen David, a Star of David, which is a relatively new symbol in Judaism. And then also maybe you've seen a Chai necklace. Chet Yud Chai, it means life to life. But Shabbat Shalom, and we'll talk about this week's Torah portion. Tonight and every Shabbat, we welcome in the special holiday with light. Here tonight, hopefully you at home also, in Yiddish we say the benchlich, to light the Sabbath candles, to say the blessing. Lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Light, our Chazan gave us a beautiful song about lighting candles. What light is an essential component of Judaism. Its meaning is so much more profound than what meets the eye. When you think about light, I used to, when I was a small child, I used to learn every Wednesday with a rabbi for a few hours, and he'd always light the Shabbat candles and say, as we're preparing, it's, Yom Revi'i Shel Shabbat. Here, Wednesday, we say, we're preparing. What is Wednesday in Hebrew? Yom Revi'i, we're getting ready for the Sabbath. You'd say, look into the Shabbat candles. Make sure that you look into them, and the light will tell you a story. Because what is light? Light denotes hope, purification, life, community, and the presence of God. Here, that's light. When people talk about God, seeing the light, this idea Even when Moses, here, when Moshe Rabbeinu, when Moses, our teacher, descended from Har Sinai, descended from the mountain, it actually in the Bible, it specifically says, the Hebrew Bible says, Ki kar ba'or panav, that as a mask, he had light shining down because he had just spoken with God. There are many rituals incorporating physical lights in Judaism. We have the Ner Tamid here. We have above the Aron HaKodesh here on the Bima, the everlasting, the eternal flame. The Shabbat and Yontif, or festival candles. The Havdalah candle, we'll see the Havdalah candle tomorrow night. The braided wick for the celebration to say goodbye to Shabbat. And again, also the Yortzeit candles. And the list continues. This week's Torah portion, Bechalotcha, and the accompanying Haftorah from Zechariah include one of the oldest and most iconic Jewish symbols of light, the menorah. And we have here, also you see the menorah behind Frank. Frank's guarding the menorah here. Behind Frank, you see the menorah. Light is miraculous. Not only do we reinforce this message from our retelling of the Hanukkah story, and that's what Hanukkah means, dedication, rededication of the temple of the menorah, of the lights. But we also spread light through our actions, the way we treat one another and how we conduct ourselves. Kindness and compassion are sources of light and a powerful force as we work to make our world more just and equitable for all. As Jews, we have a responsibility to exemplify the qualities of light in the world. The menorah is a physical representation of this commitment. When we witness something unjust, we must shine light upon it. When we witness something unjust, we must shine light upon it. We cannot simply be content with bringing awareness. We must also get involved and follow through in efforts to bring about a lasting end to injustice. Where does light ultimately emanate from? Think about that. What's the source? We just sang about that. Makor. Makor means source. Here in Hebrew, that's the genesis, the origin. What is that when we think about light? Our souls, we talk about the souls are also light. Where do we get that? Where do we receive that? The Jewish answer is from God. That's where it comes from. That eternal light, when we think about that, there's a name for eternal light, or ganuz, the everlasting light. When God, we talk about in the Hebrew Bible in Genesis, the separation from darkness, from light from the darkness. That light is the eternal light, the or ganuz, the hidden light. And where does that come from? It comes from God. Light is also associated with contentment. Our Torah portion this week deals with discord and frustration. The Israelites expressed their grievances and dissatisfaction with Moses. What's their main gripe? This is a difficult one because when someone says, Rabbi, what kind of Jew are you? I say, well, I don't check any boxes, but I'm also like a gastro. I enjoy Jewish food. That was the main gripe. The main gripe was all about food. While traveling the desert, what food did they eat? There was only what? You know what it is. Can you write it out? Type it out. Manna from heaven. While manna provides for all of their nutritional needs, I'm sure that eating manna meal after meal, day after day becomes tiresome. And the interesting thing is, I think that some people, at least in Sunday school, we say, what did manna taste like? At least when I was going through the curriculum, I think they said, manna tastes like anything you wanted. Well, okay, the rabbinic commentators say that's not exactly true, that the manna was, it provided all the nutritional needs, but it was kind of almost like this yeast, which is not so tasty. So, but it did provide for the nutritional needs. I'm sure that eating manna meal after meal, day after day, becomes tiresome. Imagine if each meal you consumed was identical. At first, it would be welcome, but at some point down the road, you might begin questioning why there's not enough variety. You need more variety. When Moses informs God that the Israelites are expressing nostalgia For their days in Egypt when they ate fish, melons, cucumbers, leeks, onions, and garlic, we learn from the Torah portion that this angers God. Because why? God says the Jewish people, the Israelites, they're ungrateful. How ungrateful could they be? How could the Israelites romanticize slavery and lose sight of the miracle that God performed by releasing them from bondage and servitude? When expectations do not align with reality, past experiences can look more favorable than they actually were, right? Sometimes we might say, but that was the way we did things. All right, maybe that wasn't the best way. The Israelites, they went to Moses. They beseeched Moses to do something about the food. They told him that they could not endure to continue eating the manna for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, that they needed and craved meat. Here, this is mefurash. This is explained from our sages. Moses confided in God that he felt exasperated. It was too much for him to bear to be solely responsible for addressing the complaints of all the Israelites. And who did he, every good son-in-law, who do they go to for advice? Their father-in-law. Moses went to Jethro. So God responded to Moses and said, listen to Jethro, instructing him to gather 70 sages that would assist him in leading the Israelites. Moses acknowledged that he could not lead alone, even with the support of God. So think about that Moses acknowledged in this week's Torah portion that I can't do it, even with God. I can't do it alone. I need help. He needed to trust and rely upon members of the community. And that's what makes the Jewish community so important. That yes, I always mention that we're never alone, that God is always with us. And that's true, but we can't do it alone, even with God's help. And here, God's help is limitless, but we still need help from other people. One of the qualities often associated with Moses is humility. Moses demonstrates understanding that leadership requires delegating and being part of a team, and that in order to continue to be a source of light, he needs to harness the power of a collective light. Here, think about that. Even with a flame, when you transfer a flame from candle to candle, or from a small candle to a larger fire, bonfire, that we need a collective light. And what is the source of the collective light? It's God, but it's also other people. We have to be in community to function with other people, to harness the light, the motivation, the hope, the excitement, in order to get the chizuk, we say in Hebrew, the strength. God informs Moses that the demands of the Israelites will be met. God will not only give them meat, but he will inundate them with much meat, and they will become nauseated by it and compelled to repent, forever declaring it would be preferable to return to Egypt. Here, this is another lesson that we learn. Moses responded to God with skepticism. How could God provide meat for the multitude of Israelites in the barren deserts? Here, imagine that. Moses is saying, how? How is this possible? Why Moses would question that God could do this eludes me. Think, what kind of question is this? For Moses had just witnessed numerous miracles performed by God, defying any sense of logic. God essentially replies to Moses' skepticism by saying, sit back and watch. And sometimes when we think about that, for sure we have to do things with our own power, with our own two hands. We have to work. In Judaism, when we think about miracle theology, we don't, for sure we believe in miracles, and miracles can happen, but we don't wait for them. We work. We get things done. We do things. We march. We stand together. We do things. And hopefully things happen. Hopefully we work for change. And we know that we're supported by God. How does this Torah portion speak to us today? It reminds us that God provides us with the tools we need. Here, with the effort, with the motivation, with the strength, with the comfort, with the support. It reminds us of the power of light. In the Haftorah portion, Zechariah is shown a menorah. Here, shown a menorah, complete with a bowl of oil and olive trees to provide a continuous supply of oil. And what's the one holiday that we all love? Hanukkah. And what is it about? That instead of one night of oil, it lasted for eight nights. The miracle lasted. We have an unlimited supply of light because our light comes from God. But we have the supply, it's unlimited, but again, it is our responsibility to use the light to its fullest potential. It is our responsibility to use the light to our fullest potential. I want to wish everyone a good Shabbos, to be well. Thank you so much for being present with us here, joining in our service. We're here for you. Again, my information is always accessible and available to you and for you. And as our Chazan now elevates himself and goes on the bima, because again, out of the depths we call to God. We go up to the bima, we call to God. And as the Aron HaKodesh is open, the Holy Ark is open, I invite everyone to rise in spirit as we say this beautiful prayer, Aleinu L'Shabeach. Page 586 in the Mishkan Tefillah.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחת האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה הארץ, ומושבי הקרוב בשמיים ממעל, ושינת עוזו בגוהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. אמת מלכנו אפת זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשיבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אינו. For you spread out the heavens and established the earth. Your majestic abode is in the heavens above, and your mighty presence is in the loftiest heights. You are our God, there is none else. In truth, you are our sovereign without compare, as is written in your Torah. Know then this day and take it to heart that Adonai is surely God in the heavens above and on the earth below. There is none else. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lamelech al kol haaretz bayom haho yeh Adonai echad O Shemo echad.
Ushemo echad, that we acknowledge the oneness of God. When we think of the world today, we're living in difficult times, and we're this maggefa, this pandemic that we're living in, this illness, this plague. So many people, now that people are starting to move about, people are so afraid and fearful. For sure, with reason, because I think over 100,000 people have lost their lives. And what is the Jewish response? The Jewish response for sure is to cry, to mourn, to research, to support causes that are looking for a cure, to help people, and also to acknowledge that every life, the loss of life, is endless. It is without compare. How do we understand the loss of life? And we have canonized, embedded within our Jewish text, within our framework of our tradition, the El Malei Rachamim, that the souls of the dearly and deeply remembered and departed should continue to rise and to be bound up with the glory of God. And our Chazan maybe has some more information about what's going on with Corona or numbers.
It's almost beyond count at this point, Rabbi. I can also tell you that as of today, Gwinnett County, where we are in Georgia, has more cases of COVID-19 than any of the other counties in the state.
And we think of all these individuals that are suffering and those that have died. Those that have died, we will always remember you. And when we remember, we continue to pray. We continue to pray and remember. And now let us listen to the memorial chant, El Malei Rachamim.
El Malei Rachamim, Shachen Paramim, Hamse Menochanechanda, Achakanfe, Ashechina, Im Kedoshim Oteharem, Kezohar Harakia, Masirem, Lanishmat Yakireno, Shahachol Le'amam, Harachamim, Harachamim, Yastirem B'sefter Kinafav Le'olamim, V'yitror Bitror HaChayim et Nishmatam, Adonai Nachalatam, V'yanu B'shalom HaMishkavam, V'nomar Amen.
As we prepare for the Kaddish Tome, for the Mourner's Kaddish, we think of all of those loved ones, our family members, our community members, right here in our congregation, anywhere. Please let us know about if you're the loved ones that have been taken from you. If you're in Avilut, if you're in mourning and you've lost someone, let us know. 7 days, 30 days, we'll continue. But as a meditation to prepare for this morning, on page 594, number 5, it is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing that fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me. Your word was a gift to me. To remember this brings painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing to love, what death has touched. Please, if you're commemorating a yortzeit, if you're in Shiva, let us know that we can, again, recite the names for an Ilui Neshama. An Ilui means that the soul should continue to rise, that it should continue to be bound with the glory of God, and to have these angels that are with God to give us blessings.
Mickey McKinney,
Eleanor Beardsley.
Eleanor Beardsley. And here in our holy congregation, let us remember Norman Freed, Pedro Martinez, Helen Brudner, Gary Peck, Norman Leikach, Elabeth Green, Brian Baker, Al Fine, Florence Press, Sanford Falbaum, Zelda Fields, Leon Berlin, Saul Wittner, George Smith Jr., Marvin Frank, Ethel Rubin, Rose Falbaum, Eliezer Eddie Kroll, Celia Greenberg Rushin.
Carlos Alberto Lagaspada,
And please continue to use the function to let us know, to recite the names. And we say for all of these names, Zichronam Livracha, may they forever be memorialized, remembered. May we continue to share stories, to hear stories, that life is finite, but again, also immortal, and how it is the immortality of life with stories, to continue to share stories. And in solidarity as a community, let us rise in body and spirit as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Ba'alma Divra Chirutei v'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imeru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ul Almei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shemei Dekudsha Berichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'ne'echemata Da'amiran Ba'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. And we think about all of our loved ones, all of the memories that we have, and we continue to share stories. And we think, just as we recited in this Kadisha tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, an elevation of their names, a sanctification of the names, and their names now are bound with Hashem, with God, with Adon Olam, the Master of the universe. And now let us conclude our service with Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yatzir Nivra Li'ed Naza V'chetzof Kol Azai Melech Shebo Nigra V'acharei Tichron HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Veho haya, veho hove, veho yeh, betipara, vehu echad, v'ein sheni, lehamshilo, lehachbira, beli reishit, beli tachlit, ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי ואין צרה, והוניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, בידו אבקד רוחי, ואין תשען דהעירה, ואמרוכי כבידי, אדוני לי ולא יירא.
Adonai li velo ira. God is with me. God is with us. We have no fear. Shabbat shalom, good Shabbos, and now we have some announcements.
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank Frank Monteleone. It's been some time since Frank and I worked alone. It feels comfortable.
Did it for a long time.
We did it for a very long time, and we certainly got used to having Bobby and Laura with us, and we look forward to having them return.
No,
But
we miss them.
we got through it. Thank you, Frank, for everything, for years of everything. 2 weeks from tonight, we will be inducting our new Board of Trustees. I certainly hope you will be here for that every Friday night, but 2 weeks from tonight, the new board will be inducted. And please do check our website and make sure that you are aware of all of the online programs that we offer. And finally, just one other thing. For those of you who have not been here lately, I invite you, even though the building itself is closed, please, the Memorial Garden has been, it's just beautiful. It's calm, it's peaceful, it's everything it should be. Our thanks to all those who have worked so hard to make it that way, especially Sonia Freitas, because she has truly been the champion of our Memorial Garden. And now we have a vegetable garden, which, to my surprise, when I saw it, I believe yesterday, it had gone from just a couple of inches to feet high. It's about a week. It's just unbelievable how fast it's growing. It's absolutely beautiful. And although Martha Whitman and Larry Frankel are not here at the moment, it was their idea, and they got behind it and made it possible. And I would like to publicly thank them as well. And absolutely, I want to thank Judy Kern, because as our vice president, she has taken on any number of roles to make this synagogue as accessible as possible. And we owe her a great debt of thanks for that. And I would be remiss if I didn't say so.
And after we're done here, there will be a Zoom session for a face-to-face virtual ONEG get-together, whatever you want to call it. All of the information I copied and pasted into the chat box. The link is there. The meeting ID, for those of you who want it, is 880-8356-5045. And the password is mingle with a capital M.
All right. Is everyone ready to mingle? Well, not yet. I think we're finished with announcements, as the president and Hazen Berry said, as our vice president said. We have amazing things. We're doing, Thursday night, we just finished our 14th class of Introduction to Judaism. We have a phenomenal session. We have our final session coming out next Thursday. Every day we have the Daily Dose of Jewish. And June, we have we're going over Hebrew. Again, it's the Aleph Bet. It's a free class. Everyone's welcome and excited to come and join. Just all the information's on the website. So I want to wish everyone blessings. And that's, again, in Judaism, that's the idea, is to learn and to grow. And we have all the classes accessible and available via Zoom, and everything's online. So now, before we say Good Shabbos to everyone, I want us all to rise in spirit and to receive this priestly benediction.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May the Creator bless us and protect us.
Ya'er Adonai pnav elecha v'choneka.
May the Creator shine countenance upon us.
Yisa Adonai pnav elecha v'hasem lecha shalom.
May the Creator illuminate our eyes, and may we always have peace.
V'hasem lecha shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. For those that are going to mingle in the Oneg, enjoy the mingling. And I look forward to celebrating with you tomorrow, Shabbos day. Our services begin at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good Shabbos, Erev Tov, good evening, and Laila Tov, good night. And of course, Shabbat Shalom. And thank you for tuning in here in our beautiful Sunrise Sanctuary at our incredible Temple Beth David. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.